Right now, we're going to cross to David Clegg. He's the political editor of the Daily Record. He broke the story last week of the Scottish Government investigation into Alex Salmond. He joins us from Dundee. Thanks for your time, David. When did you first learn that Alex Salmond was quitting?
At the same time as everyone else. I got a statement emailed to me about an hour ago. It had been put up online, and I think one of the things that will be quite controversial about it is that it was initially badged as this crowdfunding drive, and you had to get quite far into the statement to realise that he was resigning from the SNP as part of this statement. So I think the tone of that has caused some raised eyebrows in Scottish politics and even in the SNP. So there's that issue, which is, I suppose, a side issue. The extraordinary story, of course, is that Alex Salmond, the man who brought the SNP to government and brought Scotland within an inch of independence, has resigned from the Scottish National Party.
What do you make of the timing of it? Are you expecting more revelations to come out tomorrow? Do you think there's anything in that? Or do you think, as David Grossman was saying, we were getting towards this point from Thursday onwards?
It's actually quite difficult to say. Certainly at the Daily Record, we've been looking at some other allegations that could possibly form a story down the line. I know other newspapers have been doing the same, but I think actually the language is quite interesting. He says that he wanted to avoid division, but actually the statement is quite interesting in that there is a rather thinly veiled swipe at the way Nicola Sturgeon has dealt with disciplinary procedures, not only his as First Minister of Scotland and therefore leader of the Scottish Government, but also as SNP leader. There's previous MPs who were suspended from the SNP whenever potential impropriety was being probed. In his statement, Alex Salmond says that he disagreed with that he thinks there should be a presumption of innocence and he wouldn't suspend people from the party until their guilt had been ascertained. So that can only...
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just reading the tweet of another SNP MEP, Angus McNeill, who was saying that now Alex Salmond's outside the party, I think in his words, things could get interesting. Do you think that suggests there is a bit of open warfare now between him and his once protégé, Nicola Sturgeon?
I think there's certainly division. I think we're seeing some of the SNP being torn asunder by this. It is cleaved through the nationalist movement in Scotland. The fact that Alex Salmond has already raised £10,000 when I checked about 30 minutes ago shows that he is still extremely popular with the grassroots in Scotland. There's a great well of affection for him in Scotland, even amidst these allegations. Nicola Sturgeon will be aware of that. She will be aware that it is the government that she leads that he is challenging in court. It is the government she leads that he has taken exception to the processes of. Meanwhile, we have a twin-track police investigation going into potential criminality in some of the allegations that have been raised. How this can all play out in the weeks and months ahead while maintaining that unified front that the SNP have been so famous for in Scotland is difficult to see.
David Clegg, really good to talk to you, and we'll see if we get any more on that or any reaction to that news as the programme goes on. Thanks very much indeed.